Rumour has it one of the players in today's game subsequently submitted it because it was that good, it was an epic, and they thought I might show it. And you know what? They were right. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Supreme Commanders, those on YouTube, somebody that's just randomly gone and clicked. Welcome to today's Saturday subscriber special. We're on the back end of July as I record this, 2023. We do have ourselves a 4 versus 4 Setons. As we've said, the statistics beginning to appear on the screen right now. Please do not let the rating concern you. It's a 1036, and I have to be honest, when it was sent to me and I see the rating and I thought, oh no, it's a sort of only just even a Joe's game. Is it going to be, is it going to be up to much, right? Because, I dread having to basically write back to somebody and say, I'm sorry, but for whatever reason, I can't do it. Alas, that was not the case with this one. And as I'm carrying on reviewing, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, not only is this good, please don't desync, please don't desync. And, as luck would have it, it did not. All right, with all of that said and done, let's go ahead and jump on in. Big welcome to Thurlane there, joining the patrons the other day. Thank you very much. Do check out the 1 versus 1s and the 2v2s if you haven't already. I think we've got 11 in the 1 versus what, or in the Patreon page, should I say. But for now, let's unpause and let's introduce our game. We start with a nice rock in the center of the page. We'll zoom out a little bit and let's have a little look. Music today is my own, so not Philip Croft's or anybody else, and so just mixing things up a little bit. Alright, we'll start on team number 1, just because that's where we often do. In the forward position then in Aeon is what's this? Ghoul, as far as I can tell. He's an 800 Aeon there for the front, and so let's have a little look at the old overlays and see where he comes in. Oh, he's just on the border between Noob and Joe. Igul there, so just between the blue and the green down there. All right, let's carry on then. Up here to the north on the beach position, we've got Don Saleri. He is Seraphim, 1300 there. Rumour has it, this might have been the guy that sent me the replay. Don, thank you very much. It was a cracker. It's gonna be a cracker, should I say. Let's move to the back then. In the rear with the gear is Arthur. He's a 1200. Also Aeon, also going first land there in Lilac. And then last but not least for his team, in Burgundy Red is Gelon. And going UEF there. First air, no doubt to make a play for his side island. We'll have to see if he gets it. Coming to the other side then, in the front, we've got... I'm going to butcher this one and get somebody saying something, and I apologise ahead of time. I'm just going to go with Kaikok. I hope we can make that work, Kaikok there. He's another 800. He's UEF. In the forward position there, facing off against an 800. Usually I really like to give the statistics with regards to balance and players and so on. Unfortunately, the FAF vault was basically, ever since this latest patch, as of, again, back end of July, it just threw up. It wouldn't tell me, and I couldn't even narrow down based on game length, which is worse yet. So I'm very grateful that I had this game sent in, because it meant I didn't have to look. Over on the beach, some people saying, look, don't care about the problems with FAF lobbies, just get on with introducing the players. Yes, indeed. Over here then, Electric Blue is 2 cents to ya. He is a 900 Cybran there. Making a run for the middle, this is something we usually see higher rated players doing, so 2 cents to ya is clearly got himself some high targets. Is Don Saleri coming over? Yes, he is. We can see his plan there as well. And first shots are about to be fired. I really like here, though, what Igul's done. He's brought the commander together with a very cheeky engineer, as well as an Aurora to cover it. Perhaps the one thing missing is a Tech 1 scout, that's all. But let's continue introducing the players then. In rearwheel gear for team number 2 in Ferrari Red is, what a name is this? Squeegee Metro. Yeah, Aeon there going first land. He's in 1100. And then last but not least for his team, and indeed the entire game, in pink. Oh, what another fantastic name. Kamikaze. I think we've seen this guy before, assuming it is a guy. And he's going first, second, and third air. Well, I don't think I've ever seen that on the channel, but we have now first, second, and third air. We are also got a number of players here that I've never seen before. That is one of the nice things of introducing a game of a slightly lower rating. I do want to focus in on the mid, but it looks like these guys, rather than trying to kill one another, are really going for the mass. And so I am going to focus on this side island for now, because both players are making a move for it. Donsieri together with Kamikaze, 667. We'll just refer to him as Katze from here on in. It's going to be a little easier. I assume it's a German word for cat, but I could of course be talking twaddle, and those of you that know me will say, well, yeah, almost for sure he's talking twaddle. Don dropping here, he's got 4 engineers, he's got himself a point defense that's almost online, and Kamikaze, perhaps a bit of a mistake here, splitting up engineers. There's only 1 on each side, and an air factory is perhaps the very last thing you need on this side island right now. And so this land factory that was, well, far from produced is going to go down. Zooming out a bit, I am sure that Kamikaze 667 must be aware of the situation. And indeed, Katze is. He's sending in a bomber right now. In comes the bomb. Bombs away. Beautiful dodge there from Donsieri. Keeps them all alive. One of the engineers gets slightly damaged, but it's not going to be enough. The land factory completes, and with it we've got what looks like a few RT pieces as well as anti-air. We've got another bomber coming in as well. Both players very aggressive. We'll check back on that in a minute. Let's have a little look in the mid. Oh my goodness! Igul gets away from the mid with 100 hit points with a beautiful bomb there from 2 cents to you. Unfortunately, it weren't enough. Man, oh man, was that close. Igul. Apologies for missing that action there, ladies and gentlemen, but what we do have here is a very... we've got the midline there, and it's been held as such. We've got Donsieri here providing security, and Kaikok just a few inches beyond the 50 way mark. Is he going to push? Well, I don't think he can get that much done even without Igul there. Igul's going very heavy on the land. He's got an awful lot of engineers, and providing he can afford to run this together with the commander here from Donsieri, I don't think Kaikok's going to be able to get anywhere, especially with his pal now. 2 cents to his backing up. Well, I like this. Before, look at this, guys. What a team player. 2 cents to you before he runs back to base. Is just putting down point defense. Walled off. And then he's already queued his retreat. That is a nice touch. Back over here. Players are still battling for it. I love this. Katze, very heavy on the air. He has managed to put down the land factory that Donsieri had online. Don's still trickling fighters through, but I don't think it's enough at this point. We've got 1 mass point and 1 point defense left. That is not a threat, unless, of course, you land right next to it, which he does. And the bomber gets two interceptor kills there, kills that it should never have got. But I don't think Don's going to be too upset about that. Quick check over here. We've got a little attack from 2 cents to you. These guys, by the way, both 900. So the southern pond, we've got the 900s facing off. In the mid, we've got the 800s facing off. And in the northern trink, we've got the 1300s facing off. And so it's a very balanced game. You could argue a very minor discrepancy. An 1100 down here versus a 1200 up there for air. Zooming in there, Donsieri with his sub. Cats are a little slow to make use of these engineers. We've got 7 engineers there. We had 2 or 3 more here, and these are all going down for naught. I'd have liked to have seen perhaps a naval yard or at least a Tech 1 torpedo launcher, but yeah. Katza does now realise, tries to back off, but that was a lot of build capacity that went for naught. We see here the sub with 7 kills thus far, and I suspect it's going to get a couple more before this torpedo launcher comes online, and it does. There's 8. Very good indeed. Quick check back over here. 2 cents to you. Has now finished his point defense and is on the retreat. What a guy. Tell you what, man. 10 points. Come on. Who else? I've never ever seen a commander do something like that before heading off home. Never seen it. Huge respect, man. Coming back over here then. We've got a couple of subs now from Don, whose torpedo launcher is just online. I love what Katza's doing here. Trying to assist the torpedo launcher to ensure it does not go down. He's aware that the subs are primering the torpedo launcher, so he needs to keep it online. And he's gotten a couple of engineers over here working on a naval yard. He's got himself a sonar as well, but he's going to need a little bit more than this. There finally goes the second sub. Those were 2 brilliant subs. You know what me thinking of these subs. I like it very much. Man, is this a cheeky engineer? I don't believe it. 2 cents to you. The beach player has dropped himself an engineer on Jellen's base. And if we look at it, it's reclaimed 800 mass. 0 energy, 800 mass. I think he's nabbed all the rocks that were here. Or most of them. And Jellen, for whatever reason... Well, he can't even see it on radar, so it's not just a low priority, it's off the bottom of the priority list. Still, the only action in town is in the northern pond. And Katza about to lose this naval yard, the first one that he got on. There's another one here. Use it, for goodness sake. It's idle. There we go. Finally. I'm getting all animated. I wasn't even in the game. He's got another one over here as well. And has he built one? No, he's not got one on the island. We see this a lot now. Players building naval yards up here. Hasn't yet elected to do so. Does have himself a very exposed Tech 2 mass point though. I'm perhaps a little concerned about this. Is he able to finish at least 1 unit before this naval yard goes down? Or perhaps with the emergence of the Tech 2 air, the answer may be yes. What else we over here? Is that on the corner of... Yes, it is. 2 cents to you has sneakily put in a drop in back here of Jellen's base. And if we select it, he has no idea. Alright, I am going to say it, and Jellen, please don't take offense. This is where we've got the difference between an 1100 and a 9. The 1100 would have a radar. And you watch, I'll say this and there ain't one. There ain't one. There ain't one. But yeah, having no radar here has allowed this drop to succeed. And I'm not sure if 2 cents to you had a scout over there, read the situation. Hang on a minute, this guy's got no radar. And exploited it, because 2 cents to you, if you did scout, realize he's got no radar, and then decide to drop, that is an uber pro move. No 2 ways about it. Usually people would go for it and drop. Now what as we hear? Artillery, we've got a 9. He's got 9,000 hit points. Looks like the shield's gone. What was firing at him? Miasma. In comes another shot. Very deadly. Any more? It's about to reload, about to shoot. Kycock's trying to get him center shield, but it... Oh, almost. Almost. We'll have a quick look back in a sec. We've got another pressure here from Don Slary. This time, though, I think Katza's got the numbers to deal with it. Artillery piece again. This time it's going right for... Oh, it just misses. It was going for the commander, I'm sure. Over here. Jellen's... Well, he's certainly securing A. Finally gets a gunship over on this point defense. How unlucky is that? The shield was like 99% complete and the artillery piece lands on it, man. Yes, we were suspecting this battle up here now going Katz's way. The subs beat the frigates all day and twice on Saturday. 3 times when it's a subscriber special on a Saturday. Looks like this base over here, though, still to be identified. Jelen, nope, they've got no idea. Team 1 do not know it is there. He's going again for the shields. Oh my goodness. How many? What? How many hit points just fell off that commander because he ate a miasma shell? This guy was like 9,000 hit points a moment or two ago. And he's at like 3 or 4 miasma shells. And he's down to what? Have they buffed the Aeon artillery again? Or is it just when it hits a commander? I hope that goes for all the factions, man, because that was something else. Alright, Northern Pawn somewhat stabilized, he says, when there's a massive drop brewing here, right at the top. Let's have a little look. What else we got here, Don? Engineers and artillery pieces. Lovely combination. And especially considering a lot of these mass points, or they're all but one Tech 2, and the final one's about to be Tech 2 as well, so perfect time to attack if you get it, because Katz has just invested all this eco in updating this base, and he's not going to be able to enjoy the fruits. The artillery lands, and they're starting to rain. Oh, he does decide to cancel the upgrade at 40-some%. Beautiful move here from Katza. Manual reclaiming on the artillery pieces, and he gets them all. There's just one left. That was a play and a half. And now Don going for the point defense. Katza trying to reclaim the point defense. Man, oh man, is this ballsy play. Don's going to want to split his engineers up to avoid a bomber. Just so much going on the map right now. Southern Pawn, thankfully, relatively stable at this moment in time. 2 cents perhaps been a little quiet on the Navy, but, you know, we can excuse that when he's got this brewing. And I don't believe it. Has Jelen still not got any idea? Have they even got a radar anywhere? You know, we've got one right there in base. It's a Tech 1 radar, and it reaches, well, we can see it up to there. Which is, well, it's nowhere near enough. He needs a Tech 2. Let's check him back over here then. Katz has managed to get himself some units over here and taken out the all-important point defense. It's on with 3 engineers remaining, or 2. Then there was 1. And this guy, well, I suspect the worst. If this was a Galecast, he'd be going, Terrence, don't think he'll be writing a letter home today. Yes, he won't be, because he's just been taken out. And with that, yeah, 17 minutes, then let's have a little look at how the ecos are faring overall. So 265 versus 242 in favor of Team 2. So broadly speaking, 9 or 10% advantage overall for the south side. In terms of mass, score totals also slightly ahead. Not quite 10%, but so far Team 2, at least on paper, enjoying the wins. But I have to say, if we ignore what 2 cents is doing over here, it looks like it's tipping the other way. I mean, Donseri's got the advantage over here. Jelen's certainly the one with the more ships on the 50-way mark. But at this moment in time, I'm just curious here. Does Jelen... Oh, there we go. There's the ping. Team 1 must be awake now. There's numerous pings. There's the spy plane. Arthur says, yep. We got Beaucoup movement. Go on then. Forget about building more power. Jelen, go on, get yourself... Oh. Move your commander in. Build some point defense. I mean, this guy, he wants to eco. I mean, look at this. He's got gunships here. All right, Jelen, I'm going to say it. I think he's been carried to get his 900 rating. Of course, we can't all be pros. So I shan't get any more funny with him than that. It's like, you know, I've been before where I've gotten a bit nasty with somebody, and I just, in hindsight, thought, nah, there was no need for that. So let's leave it there. Don Soleri rolling up with his Tech 2 crew destroyers now. I beg your pardon. The Seraphim with their beam weapons, and as best I can tell, he completely outnumbers and outtechs his opponent. There's a solitary destroyer here, although cats are perhaps with a somewhat decent response. You're going to need more than 2 if the other guy's got a cruiser there. I think those torpedo bombers were lucky to get a second pass, and he just gets a second destroyer online in the nick of time. Is that going to save cats? It's close, it's close. I'm sure Don could put the pressure on if he wanted. I'm not entirely sure why he's backing off. Arta gets a couple of ASF over here. It'd be nice to see him go for these torpedo bombers then. And he does eventually get one, and the second one gets picked off, I suspect, from the cruiser more than the bombers. Quick check then over here. Look at Eigel. Eigel, the front player, having to redirect his forces because, unfortunately, Jelen still not doing. Finally picks up his gunships, perhaps realizing, I can't tell. It was as if he was AFK, I have to say. Jelen, if you ever watch this, do let us know. Were you AFK there? Because it just carried on as though nothing was happening. But it does look like the situation has been fixed. Thanks to Artur, the air player, who got gunships over there. The Spectres. And Eigul as well for sending the T1 over. We see these Auroras have got a kill or 2 each. And so, yeah, nice team play there. Keeps Jelen in the game. Jelen, who's been focusing on the Navy. I have to say, no. The way Jelen opened up with this, he can't be a beginner. He can't be. Just knew what he's doing too much. And so, once again, the action in the northern pond. Somehow, Cat's holding on by the skin of his teeth. Or should we say the skin of his claws? I don't know. Depends if he really is a catser or not. Beam weapons taking a particular dislike to this particular destroyer. And turns round and gives the frigate a broadside. Manages to pick it off. And it doesn't look like it's going to get much else done. The destroyer going down. A destroyer for a frigate? Not really the best trade in the world, is it? A Tech 1 for a Tech 2? Or a Tech 2 for a Tech 1, should I say. Either way, looks like Don Slurry realizing, my air guy's not got that many ASF here. And he keeps letting the torpedo bombers through, so I'll send some floating flak over. Seraphim flak. As good as the others, but you could argue better when they float. Jelen's base completely so, come on, Jelen, man, rebuild. Okay, I don't know what to make of him, actually. He is got himself an engineer. Okay, he's queued them up, but they're working on Tech 2. What's his situation? Oh my goodness, this guy is stalling. Somebody lend him a hand. Yeah, okay. Perhaps his concentration's focused on the Navy, and we see actually Jelen is micro in his Navy. And so despite the horrific economic situation back at base, he is able to deal with that attack and is keeping it going. Let's see, has he got intel on the other ships? He does, sort of. And he may, yeah, he's surely going to get this destroyer. Yes, he does. Nice. 2 cents too, yeah. I do feel is definitely the 900 rated that thinks outside the box a little more. quick check back in the top then. Don is continuing to press. He's got a couple of cruisers now lobbing in their long-range missiles. If I can get the camera right. There we go. Oh, nearly. And they take out the mast point, and then the subsequent missiles destroy the wreck. And with it, you can't even help rebuild. Horrible, horrible weapon. Quick check down here as well. So Jelen, for all the criticism we've been giving him back at home, has actually pushed 2 cents right up to his beach, and he's about to kick him out the drink entirely. A nice mix here. We've actually got Aeon and UEF together. I'm not sure if somebody was gifting units there to Jelen or whether Jelen decided to build from both factions. And 2 cents, oh, he's dumping an awful lot of eco into this naval yard. When you're repairing a naval yard that's been destroyed, especially with hives, drone kennels, it's a very expensive thing to do. And unfortunately, oh, it's so close. That Barracuda, again, was like a 99% complete, but it were happening. But look at this. Squeegee Metro, we've not heard much from him for some time. Has suddenly rolled up. He has completely got air. Look, what is the air situation? 133 at 24 minutes versus Arta, who's got less than half. And that is despite all of these torpedo bombers. 51 torpedo bombers. Well, I don't care which way you cut it then. This guy, by far the better air build. And this very strong looking navy from Jelen is all but annihilated. I mean, they've got no cruisers. These torpedo bombers have just got open season. He's going to want to win that fight though and assist his Katza teammate over in the North Pond. Does make me question if he's going to decide to continue attacking over here, or if he's going to redirect the torpedo bombers, because I suspect this is now a relatively low threat. No, he's going to continue. Yet another destroyer going down. Numerous frigates here. They're going down as well. And he's got the ASF to provide screen cover, and there's not a thing Jelen could do about it. In fact, I go so far to say, if I was Jelen at this stage, just square off the camera, I'd be picking up the towel with one hand and opening the window with another and getting ready to chuck it, because he just had a massive naval flotilla. It's been wiped out completely, and not only that, all the wreckage is at the far side. Let's see if we can get a more accurate count than my guesstimations. 53,500 mass on the screen here, which is, well, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, if I was Jelen, I'd be crying as well. Katza somehow managed to regain his island, and he is ever so, it's like, it's so touch and go. But I mean, look at this. I'm surprised Don Sierra hasn't been able to put more pressure on, but it does look like Katza is going for more and more naval yards, and providing they're not all sat idle, which they're not this time. Well, I was going to say that Don's got trouble on his hands, but now he's really got trouble on his hands. How many we got here? 46 still. The flak is going to annihilate the torpedo bombers. We're down to 33 already. 28. 26, that's half of them dead thanks to the flak there. Just 17 remain. Look at that destruction in the sky. ASF dropping out the sky like a pack of cards that says you fly your ASF over flak for too long, clumped up. They're all going to go. Just 2 torpedo bombers remain. I think we'll go back to main screen there. And so I'm not sure how expensive that was from Don's point of view, but man oh man was expensive for Squeegee. 50 torpedo bombers dropping out the sky. Untold numbers of ASF crumbling in after him. And he's building naval yards with engineers to try and reclaim, but it does look like Katza says, no, you're not having that. My team just worked real hard for that. Get away. And you can understand why. I mean, again, let's just zoom out. Let's do it this way. We've got 5, we've got 11, we've got 10, we've got another 5. Yeah, we've got at least 50,000 in the North Pond as well. Arguably more. Gelling down here relative... Yeah, there we go. I see it. Igul just produced these ships and handed them over. A destroyer and 2 cruisers. Nice present. And he's working on more. Again, some really nice team play. I really like the team play that I've seen so far. All round, everybody. Navy on Navy getting intertwined. And it looks like at 29 minutes, Igul's got himself experimental. Oh, here's something for me to get excited about. The air repair pad. We know how damaged all of these ASF were because half of them didn't even make it back. And they're all at full health now. Squeezy Metro, thank you very much for building this. I'm sure that there are thousands of others that wouldn't. But, yeah. For some reason you do, and I do. I love them. And I do not understand why players don't use them more. Again, you get to repair an aircraft almost instantaneously from 25% health all the way back up to full, when it would take forever to build a new one, and of course the resources as well. So I just don't... Even if we ignore the fuel, I don't understand why players don't build them more. Let's have a little look then what's happening with this GC. The Igul, well, it's providing security for now on the front line. Hello, Cyclops Eye. Is surveying the situation. No immediate threat, but at least he's there. And Katz, yeah, as we suspected, is finally able to push Don back a little bit. I doubt it would have been as easy as this without the 50 torpedo bombers, even though most of them probably didn't get to see another pass. Although Don is now equipment his Navy with Tech 3, the first battleship, at least that I've seen, on the front line now, and it's against mostly Tech 1, a little bit of Tech 2. Certainly no real threat there. We've got a bulwark shield coming over. Perhaps the most dangerous thing from the battleship's point of view is Tech 1 subs, unless of course you are Tech 3 as well, which, as best I can tell, Katza is, well, he is starting. Look at this. We've got the first ship now, 10% complete. Perhaps that was in response to what we've just seen. Checking down here once again, Jelen pressing on the south side. Navy not looking quite as impressive as the last flotilla, but I suspect Jelen's thinking, well, I need to stop the other guy from getting a foothold. Of course, he completely wiped out 2 cents to his Navy before, until Squeegee Metro rolled onto the scene with his torpedo bombers. Gotta hand it, man. Squeegee Metro, as I don't think there's any question about it, kept both of his Navy guys in the game. No question about it, in my opinion. Somebody may question perhaps the Northern Pond, but certainly the south side, no question. Arthur with his ASF. Let's have a little look at the ASF count now. Seeing as we saw Squeegee lose so many. We've got 167 versus 238. Alright, so still a sizable advantage for Squeegee Metro, but it's no longer a 2-to-1 advantage. Let's have a little look actually at the ecos. 32-20, as there is this, I was going to say minor pause. Yeah, let's just take a look. Right, 1.17 million versus 1.04 in favor of Team 2. And so the south side, southwest spinners are still ahead overall when it comes to mass. Taking a look at income tick per tick, 1.4 versus 1.3. Team 1 is trickling between the two. And so, yeah, they're slightly ahead, but not by ways off. Look at the discrepancy between the kills to build ratio. I don't care about the kill loss. The kills to build. Guys, this is absolutely massive. 0.59 versus 0.16 in favor of Team 1. And so that goes to explain why Team 1 appear to be ahead, because they are. Despite being well over 100,000 mass behind, they're getting over twice as many kills for every mass that they spend. 0.59 versus 0.46. In fact, that discrepancy is over 3 times as many, which is insane. And so forget the ecos. Really, another way of viewing this statistic when they're different like this is just basically to divide one by the other and just come out with the answer. So, you know, that would perhaps be a suggestion for a future version of the Supreme Scoreboard. Because at this point, 0.61 versus 1.5, that is 4 times the advantage. So for every 1 mass they get out the ground, they are literally killing 4 times as many units with that mass, which is an incredible disparity and completely negates the 150,000 mass that they're behind, which is only about 12% anyway. It's certainly not 3 or 4 times. Look at the play here. Torpedo bombers now from Katza. And he's also got himself an experimental aircraft carrier. Interesting. As well as a battle cruiser. Battle cruisers, as far as I'm concerned, are like a Tech 3 version of the Seraphim Tech 2 destroyer. And the experimental aircraft carrier probably going to have its way with these flags. Hold on. I don't know that, but I assume. Well, I'll tell you who will. The Riptides. That's the perfect rock, paper, scissors if ever there was one. Although, of course, Battleship beats Riptides. Certainly at range. 35 minutes then. And taking a look at the overall situation there. We've still got 4 players aside. I always like to do this. 1.52 versus 1.34 million, again in favor of Team 2, but we know that the kills build ratio not quite as bad as it was a few minutes ago, but still favors Team 1. So at 36 minutes, again just answer in your head, leave a comment if you like, but answer in your mind's eye, who do you think's going to win? And in my opinion at this point, it's 50-50. Nobody has got anything. We do, however, have an experimental getting pinged in the middle from Squeegee. I'm not sure who's pinging, whether it's his own team to say what you're doing, or whether it's the other team to say look out. We've got Tempest opening up on the GC, so the GC unfortunately is like 20% down before it even gets there. Igul, whose GC's been stood at the front what feels like half the game, finally has something to do and has the advantage of a Tech 3 shield as well as the assistance from the Tempest. Well, Squeegee Metro, I hate to say it, but I've seen more effective GCs in my time. We've got a whole bunch of Spectres as well now from Arto coming down the air player. And has that GC seriously just gone down for 0? It's gone down for 0! It didn't get a single kill. Not even a lowly engineer or a point defense or anything. Wow. And then a big air fight over the top. Well, at least this has gone squeegee's way, thought, you know. Let's go full tilt. I lost a GC. Have some of that. And squeegee, at least for now, is hanging on to the air. But I just wonder, man. The numbers looking a lot less than what they were before. 120, so he's got less than half than he had at the height. And what's Arthur got? 36. Oh, we've got a nuke out as well. And thanks to us having the view from the north side, we can see exactly where that nuke's going. And it looks like Kycock knows it. He's on the run. And the nuke makes its way over. Let's get a nice cinematic. Again, I was saying that some of the graphics on Forged Alliance have had a nice work over lately. Big Navy fight, we'll check in there in a sec. I just want to grab this nuke because I can't see anything that's going to stop it. Let's spin the camera. Let's get the icons on. Where is she? I can see on the mini-map. There she is. Kaboom! Kycock space is kaboom. And no more. Got a few wrecks there. And yeah, the nucleus thing's starting to do its weirdness of effects there. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look at the Navy then. In the north side. And we are getting to the point, not just yet, but it's not too far off where I got the screenshot from. Just waiting for a second Tempest to roll off the line. Riptide. I have to say, the Riptide is a really good unit to use versus battleships. If someone's just going... Because, of course, they're going to waste an entire broadside on a Riptide. So you get frigates in, that changes things over, certainly destroys, but versus cruisers as well. I mean, what a unit. There we see the whole Tempest. And as we've said a million times, friendly fire ain't. The Tempest taking out both a destroyer and a cruiser there belonging to Don Salery. Checking back in on the south side once more. Shannon continuing to press, also got himself Tech 3 now, a solitary battle cruiser there. Although the opponent does have a battleship as well as an aircraft carrier. Although, Gelon, Tempest, but do move it in. Do keep it moving. And he is indeed, that's nice. Going for the battleship, the same target I would elect as well. Back in on the north side then. Cats are making very heavy use of these experimental aircraft carriers as well as battleships and hanging back the more heavily damaged battlecruiser. Legit tactic, a shed load of engineers on reclaim duty, and it looks like the northern pond is starting to go the other way a little bit. Air patrol here from Don Salery wants to know what's what. Squeegee keeping his air patrolling over the air repair pads for max fuel. 2 cents to you. Pushed right up against his coastline, but he's not yet out. Tempest here with 90. Man, what's the problem here? Go on, keep using it. Just feels like Gelon just ever so slightly lacking in the APM department a little bit. I'd like to see him go for some more of these Tech 3s after all. But he is going for the aircraft carrier. Oh my goodness. Did that just wipe out like half of the hit points in one shot? Difficult to tell because there were the frigates and a few other bits and bobs going for it. But man, was that a shot and a half? We'll check back because it really feels like where the more skilled players are fighting in the north side. And for now, yeah, it's the overkill. Tempests going for frigates with battleships. Don, just feels like you're a couple of destroyers light here. I like you've got your cruisers in back. Need a couple more of those as well, but you really need your Tech 2 destroyers, especially the Seraphim ones with the beam weapons that are able, yeah, like this, Because look at how many Riptides Katza's sending up. I mean, these guys, if they want, can run rings around this. Of course, benefit with global vision and hindsight 2020. We can all be experts in that sense, can't we? That's what I like to cast, have you noticed? Checking down there then, and yeah, unfortunately for Gelon, it looks like his days down here are numbered. He has got himself to Tempest still, but that is all. It should be able to defeat the battleship regardless of this. But yeah, oh, is this alright, artillery. At first I thought, is he going for attack missile snipe? No, he's going for the engineers belonging to Igul. Yeah, here's the screenshot, man. I just need to put the icons on. Hang on, there we go. We got Beaucoup movement. 10 points to anybody who can name the film where that come from, and don't Google it. And we have got Beaucoup movement. I mean, they're terribly outnumbered. I beg your pardon, I just realised it's been -2 for a moment or two. 1,000 apologies ever since that nuke. Oh dear. I thought things were progressing a little bit. I love that effect. Yeah, so here we go. Some of the effects. Look at the air there. Some real nice smoke there. They always left the vapour trails, but they're looking a lot better than they ever were. Let's have a look back here then. What's Squeegee up to? Oh my goodness! I'm famous for missing these. Squeegee's got him sent a Paragon and it's currently knocking out 4,000 mass per tick and climbing because he's got more RAS preset support commanders than I've had op dinners, and they're working for salvations. Well, this could change things up some. We haven't really seen Squeegee do much since those 2 very epic torpedo runs, but that explains it. The Paragon is dumped. And does the other side have a clue? Well, they've seen it, but nobody's pointed it out. Which is, you know, if you see a Paragon, point it out. No two ways about it. Whether it's half built or even a third, I mean. But certainly if it's built and nobody's pointed it out yet, point that sucker out, man. We've now got 3 Tempests. Don's firmly going for the tech. We see over here Katza as well with the tech. Rolling forward with the engineers on reclaim duty. But let's have a... Oh, the Salvation's online and it's begun firing. As of yet, no kills, but that's not going to last long. And is Jelen really on the men... Oh, because he's working for a... He's working on a Duke here, or at least he's just started. And here come the rounds. And we're going to see the first few kills. Oh, he's assisting his shields. And there we go. The first few rounds breaking through. Oh, and all these drone kennels are all Tech 3 as well. Man, that is a lot of build power going up. They're trying to fix one another, but that's just rearranging the deck chairs on a sinking Titanic. That is unfortunate. Perhaps the player that would at least wanted it. Oh, he's got a second one. Let's have a look. How much eco is he knocking out now at this Paragon? Still 4,300, which is all of these support commanders. Who's on the menu now? It's Arthur. Oh, it's breaking through in this main base. We've got a new launcher here with 59 kills. It's got one in the clip. Fire it, man. Fire it. Oh, fire. And he loses it. And his main air grid has gone. Well. Oh, he's so close to death. 1,000 hit points. Oh, another rot. Oh, how are they missing? Man, oh man, is that close. At least he's got another big air grid here. Oh, that's now eating the fire. Squeegee Metro not messing around. He's playing for keeps. He knows well. No. I'll tell you somebody else who's getting ready to lob the towel out the window. You're looking at what's left of his air grid. It was so pretty as well. Man, oh man, Squeegee. And I'm guessing, has anybody even spotted the fact that has anybody raised the alarm? I mean, drop a ping down it, but I don't think so. I mean, it's there. It's not like they need to scout. Somebody just needs to look. We're seeing 3. We've got 4. Well, I don't think this... Oh, he's got a correction. He's got 7. 7 salvations. Granted, 1 or 2 of those may still be under construction, but with unlimited eco, we've got a machine gunner in the making back here. 46.5 minutes. This really changed the tempo of the game, especially when I was... got a couple of minutes at -2. Oh my goodness. Kycock gets picked off by Jelen. With his Tempest and his Tech 3 Navy, our first player is down. 46 minutes, 40 seconds. We've also got the 2 GCs here from Igor. So this, once again, a joint effort. Apologies for missing that. I was so concerned with the artillery pieces. I say we were concerned with the artillery because if I do something right, it's me. If I get it wrong, I say it's we. Little trick there that I learnt from, I don't know, ways back when. Either way, back to the game. I'm just talking swaddle, right? 47.5 minutes then, our first player down. I did just want to check the ecos. Well, no surprise now. Team 2, they were always marginally ahead, but look at it now. 4.2 million versus 2.6 in favour. So not quite 2 to 1, but a huge advantage nonetheless. Major air fight though. And Squeegee Metro, if he's light on anything, it's air. I mean, he's got the ability and the eco to pump more out. He's going very heavy on the Tech 1 bombers, which is a great idea versus the GCs, but he's got no air. Oh no, he's retargeted the Salvations, and Arta, who we know has lost his air grids, flying over the top of the GCs, is eating Salvation fire. I'm not sure how many ASF he just lost. Defensive nuke there, going after the Tempest and the Tech 3 Navy. Arta forced to move his air out the way due to the Salvation fire here, just destroying more of his air than anything else. He comes in, but I'm not sure this is beneficial. And the Salvation's now retargeting. They're now going for the forward base here belonging to Igor. Perhaps taking a particular dislike to the Quantum Gateway. And yeah, Quantum Gateway no more. Look at it, it's raining. That should have been the screenshot. Another Tempest here, almost finished from Igor. However, Igor's still with the 2 GCs in the middle, both of them about half to 2/3 health. Arta's got air supremacy over the area, but Squeegee just happy to chuck away Tech 1 bombers. I'm not sure they're even getting a single pass, never mind anything else. There's no bombs coming off. Minor forward air grid here from Squeegee that's exposed. And Igul, interestingly enough, electing not out. Finish the nuke defense, man. I'm not sure it's going to get much further. We've got a big scout run there from Don. Perhaps just to tell him what he already knew. The situation is grim. Let's have a little look. Squeegee, what's the situation with salvations? 8! He's got 8. And he's not stopping. "50 minutes then." Oh, go on, Igul. And he gets one of the salvations. One of them. Squeegee picks off one of the GCs, and it looks like the other one's going to go down for, well, he's just knocking out more and more GCs. Nothing there's going to happen. Unfortunately, their 2 cents to you goes down thanks to the Navy there from Jelen. So far, the first 2 commanders that have gone down have missed them both. We're on to a fantastic start. Squeegee realigning is salvation. He can just destroy anything on the map, I suspect, with this. I mean, it'd be interesting to find out, but I mean, 7 salvations, of course, the one being destroyed. I can only assume, and there we go, he is working on another. And so at 51 minutes, unless I just constantly look at where this guy's targeting, I mean, we'll take a look. The front line there from Igul, and that's taken out. But look at this. It's perhaps a small silver lining for Team 1. They are once again pressing in the northern pond. Got here 5 Tempest. This is where, again, when the other guy's got this much artillery, even with Tech 4, you can't really clump them together. I mean, you can, but if Squeegee decides to aim for the Tempest, and we see how that artillery splits up, it's going to basically take them all out. Some very nice torpedo bombing work here from Arta, who still retains air domination despite having lost his air grid, both of them, and not having a Paragon. Squeegee's just going real heavy on the standoff artillery, and I wonder how it's going to pan out. Let's take another look at the ecos at 52. 5.1 million versus 3.6 in favor of Team 2. So it's a clear 60% advantage for the team down south, which is really all Squeegee Metro at this point. Katza, well, Katza's got so many drone kennels. Do you know it'd be worth here handing these drone kennels over to Squeegee so that Squeegee's infinite resources build what you ask him to build, because provided he doesn't then nab the drones for himself, which no reason to, right? Torpedo bomber going after the heavily damaged Tempest, but you know there's still going to be 4 left even if he does get it. 11,000 hit points remain. Experimental subs there belonging to Katza going down. I think he will get the Tempest. Flak's not being very accurate there. You see, if the air isn't in a clump, i.e. if the air splits up, the Flak's suddenly very ineffective. Arta over here as well, going for the Navy HQ belonging to Katza. And again, despite Paragon's Squeegee, he needs some airman. I mean, your main team player here, your main mate on the cliff position is going down. I mean, you could argue he's going to go down anyway, but I mean, why not just help with some ASF? He does now lose the Tech 3 HQ. Jelen has got a Tech 3 piece of artillery, so that was the Duke we saw him work on. And so, hello. And he's got it nicely capped off with 4 fusions to increase the ROF. And he's working on more shields. Jelen has smelt what's afoot. Very nicely covered up Paragon. We've got Tech 2 Oblivion turrets, which is great. A few Tech 1's point defense would be good as well, just for the very fast response time. Just in case somebody, I don't know, jumps in with a bunch of support commanders or I don't know what. How many's he got now, Squeegee? 10! We've got 10 salvations at 54.5 minutes. Go on then, guys. Anyone? 55 minutes then. Lay your bet. Who has got it so far? We've got 3 GCs marching up the front from Squeegee as well. But they're going to run into 3 GCs here from Eagle, who I've never seen a player be as conservative with their experimentals as Eagle. And do you know what? It's going to work off for him. He's got one of the GCs, thanks to his superior positioning. He's going to get the second, and the Tempest here is going to back the third. Squeegee Metro lost that one almost without anything. I don't think he got anything. I mean, he certainly didn't get one of the GCs. Big scouting run here from Don. What's he's wanting to see? Let's focus on them. Just a general patrol. Well, that has got to be a commander right there. Yes, look at that. It's built. That could be a support commander, but in all honesty, yeah, it is Katza who's working on SAM sites. I do wonder whether that scouting run was to identify something or whether it was just to see what's going on. Let's take a look at the back of the base here. Well, the primary base of all 4 players has, I was going to say, been destroyed. He's left Jelen alone for a bit. Of course, Jelen was the first one on the menu. So it's going to be very difficult to re-establish, but somehow, credit to them, they are just about holding on. What's really important now is mobile eco. Big torpedo run here now from Katza going after the Navy. It's a little late now, but I guess better late than never. Look at this defensive fire from the Salvations going after the Navy here. Still 10 of them. And man, is it working? Look at it. Another one down. Fantastic play. What has we here? Torpedo bombers from Atta. Where are they going? How many we got for a start? 30 of them. Sold shift. They're heading towards the back, which is an interesting place to send torpedo bombers, I have to say. What they're going to go for? Oh, we've got strategic bombers as well. So we've got both torpedo bombers and strategic bombers. Looks like the torpedo bombers going for the SAM sites. They're going for the commander. Bombs away, bombs away, bombs away. They crack the shields. But unfortunately, they run out. Squeegee takes some minor damage, about 25%, but all the shields are down. 3 or 4 more strat bombers. That could have done it, in my opinion. Squeegee now still going defensive with his artillery. I mean, look how quick he can just annihilate. Here we've got Tech 3 battleship as well as Tempest. Oh, the torpedo bombers that we saw before. Go for Katza. 1,000 apologies, guys. I hope some of you caught it on the mini-map. They hang over. Do you know, that was a beautiful distraction with those strat bombers as well. Was enough to distract me and all. There we see the torpedo bombers. And so Squeegee Metro is left by himself versus all 4 players. Squeegee once again firing into the back. Says, yeah, Arta's been allowed to re-establish a little bit. Let's put a stop to that. So many engineers. He is now going for the central air grid. 59 minutes. Go on then, who do you think is going to get it in 59 minutes? We're not quite at the epic mark yet. Squeegee Metro versus the entire Team 1. And he's firing at just naval ships here. We've got an attempted landfall over here with one GC. We've got so many support commanders who, together with a stealth gen. Squeegee got any idea then? No, he does not. So the stealth gen is doing its thing, providing Squeegee doesn't look. And if there's one thing we know about Squeegee in this game, it's that for whatever reason, he's a little light on air. We've got Zar over here doing its thing, but what interests me more right now is this strat bomber run with 17 of them. And they're flying over Baghdad 2001, so I don't think these guys are going to get anywhere. I think we can stay cinematic. Bombs are away. They're going for the salvations, realizing they can't get through. Some of them manage it. They do take out one of them. 3 or 4 do get through to the back, but the bombs form harmlessly into shields. Yet another run, and we are now into the hour of epicosity. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying the game thus far, please do give us a like, show the players your appreciation. Show me and all if you like. Tsar here, look how well it's doing versus the ASF. Its shield has now collapsed. 44, 45 kills. 46, it gets a rank of vet. But then Jelen sends some more ASF in to reinforce. I mean, here, Squeegee, if he had the APM, he would have moved those across. Unfortunately, if you are rooting for Team 2, he does not. All right. 1 hour, 1 minute. Let's have another look at the ecos there. 6.7 million versus 5 million, still favouring Team 2. However, the discrepancy isn't as big as it was before, despite the Paragon, which he's been enjoying for... I don't think I've seen a Paragon online as long before. It's either killed and or rebuilt by now, or the team with it have won by now. But look at this. Don has got a little trick up his sleeve. I know, let's go for some nuke. Stellari's nukes, how many we got? 4 of them on the first wave.
Strategic launch detected.
It's a fantastic tactic. 1 gets shot down, 2 gets shot down, 3 and 4. 1 more coming in. That gets picked off. Any more? We've got 2 more coming in. Where's his anti-nukes? He's got 4 in the clip here, so this should be fine. But he's got another anti-nuke here with 3. So Squeegee... Alright, he's going to deal with his first wave, but he needs more anti-nukes. Because there's a lot of battleships there. Either that or Squeegee needs to fire at the battleships. For now, he's electing to go for this particular Tempest. Perhaps not the highest priority target in the world, but I'll tell you what is... GC that's got in the back here from Don picks off at least 2 of the salvations. Only 6 of them left. Squeegee's on the case though with a donut. Bye, that's a nice hairstyle, Mr. Cyclops. And with it, 1 hour, 3 minutes, the GC is down. We've got a major attack over here as well by a GC. Squeegee's got a lot of support commanders. He's got point defense. He's got a GC of his own. And we've also got some artillery coming the other way. Let's have a look. How many kills has it got? 67. So not entirely insignificant there from Jelen. How are the ones here? Well, just this one alone's got 200. This one with 28. So that must be a more recent one. 105. This one with 280, this one with 160. So altogether, including the ones that were taken out, we must be talking 1,000 kills or more. We've now got a big wave of GCs moving in from Igor. What's that? 7. Oh, yeah. So Squeegee took a dislike then to where it was coming from. The Maver first that was nowhere near completion. That has now been taken out. So 7 GCs. We've got another one reinforcing back here. We've got 2 over here belonging to Team 1. And we've got at least 3 donuts here from Squeegee. And there is a 4th one. So this one's stacking slightly. And I do wonder now what's Squeegee doing. Takes out a support commander that's managed to get round from Jelen. Big scouting run. We've got the GCs coming in from here. Oh, look at this. So many support commanders getting picked on by the Navy. Quick look at the map overall then. And yes, Squeegee's still not really allowing them to establish, but you just start to get the impression that the noose is being tightened. And 1 second while we have a message now from our sponsor. Only joking. That would be so annoying, right, at this crucial stage. GCs versus GCs. We've got the donuts here belonging to Squeegee. This is absolutely crucial. It's right next door to his base. We've got Percy's down here that are getting uncomfortably close to the Paragon, although he's got a shed load of support commanders. They should be able to hold. But what is this? A cheeky donut from Don. He slung it round the back. There's a shed load of strap bombers behind it. Squeegee's donuts are out of position. And the donut is helping to crack the shields. The strategic bombers are going for the commander. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTubers, everybody else, what did you think to that? The baddies have lost. I do hope you enjoyed that cast. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you do fancy a bit more, do check out the Patreon. And until next time, wherever in the world you may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. From me here deep inside the UK, take care. Bye-bye. Hey, look at that. The graph moves with my voice. Isn't that clever? All right, until next time. Yep. Ta-ra. See ya.